Hello everyone. So today I want to talk about something that I'm going through, and we all go through things, and I just want you to know that you're not alone. Karmic lessons. And what is a karmic lesson, and why do we have karmic lessons? We have things happen to us all the time, whether we recognize or are aware that it's for a reason, or if we just bypass that reason and the cycle happens over and over and over again. And I am mentally going through a karmic cycle right now with an attachment that I have, and recognizing that I have let my feelings attach to this attachment, and now I feel some type of way with this feeling, and I'm trying to just feel it out and really just like let it leave my body, and I just can't stop thinking about this energy, this feeling. And it's like when you're so consciously aware that it's happening for a reason, and you're still holding on to that karmic lesson. At the same time, I'm like, okay, trust the universe, know your worth, know your strength, you know you're gonna come out on top, which I will, and we always will come out on top if we allow ourselves to have the complete faith that we need to be with the universe and with God and whatever our higher power is that we really have faith in. You know, life is truly about having complete and total faith in sometimes things that you don't even know how the outcome is gonna be. And I'm in that situation right now where I don't know how the fuck the outcome is gonna be, but at the same time I'm trying to manipulate, and I'm trying to hold on to something that it does not need to be held on to. Nothing needs to be held on to. Holding non-attachment to objects, energies, and just life itself, and letting yourself flow like the river is the way we really need to live. And so yeah, I'm going through something. I've become so much stronger, and I can tell, like, me 2 years ago with a situation like this, I would be probably crying and really just upset and completely in my head, and not even been able to think or go out in public or really to speak about this. And that's the thing, you know, I really want my YouTube channel to not just be the good, but also the things that I'm going through, so I can share and help you to recognize that whatever you're going through, it's totally going to be okay as well. We just these karmic lessons, these karmic cycles that come into our life, because everything is timed out already in our life, which we have free will, but at the same time, lessons are already prepared to be in our life at a certain time, certain ages, certain timelines inside of our own personal timeline. And I've hit one of those big, like, okay, here I am, this rock, and I'm trying to observe and allow myself to flow over, but there's still some kind of attachment that I'm holding on to, that I'm still trying to figure out why am I holding on to it, when I know I have so much faith in the universe, so much trust in the universe. So why am I letting my emotion, and this is something that I'm observing on my own too, and looking at myself, I'm stepping out of my body now and observing the whole situation, and trying to come to more a logical sense and a spiritual sense, balancing both, to understand this lesson is only going to make me stronger, and only going to make me a better person in the outcome, and so I can really be a better person for myself and others around me, and to be that good influence. Oh, you're probably wondering, what the heck is she talking about? I want to know her business. So I've had like an emotional it didn't begin like that, you know. It was kind of like, okay, just texting every day and saying good morning and saying good night, not really even having that those really deep talks or whatnot, but just noticing that being there every day and just saying thank you, and like, just like waking up with a text every morning. And it was just like nice in the beginning, you know. It's like you're like, okay, I'm not gonna let, and no sexual energies, nothing like that. It was more of just like a nice friend to have for the time being. And the friend space, because I don't crush on people. I'm so focused on my dreams that I feel like a relationship should, I want to be completely independent on myself and not rely on another person to take care of me, because that's just my mentality and what I've been through and how many times I've been hurt in my life. And to see that I don't want someone to have control over me by the things they have, and because I've been manipulated with other people, you know, and all the objects and material things they have, and I thought that was love, and falling into a place, and then I realized, whoa, was I just attached to the things they had, and the image that they portrayed is what I was attracted to. So coming into this karmic cycle that I'm now learning how to release and just letting go to the universe, I finally, you know, I made my point straight from the beginning that I am here for my own self, and I don't need your help with anything, pretty much. I am learning how to be my own wise woman and to learn from my own lessons, and I don't want your money, I don't want your material objects, I will take care of myself. And already going in with that energy, I was like, okay, this is gonna be good, you know, I'm going to feel this out, and it's gonna make me a stronger person, because I'm not gonna get attached. I know what I'm doing, I know why I'm in this relationship, and I'm only going to come out stronger, and nothing bad can happen out of this. But over time, I started to feel a connection, which I felt a connection in the beginning, but I kind of just ignored the fact that it probably would not work because of certain circumstances in the relationship that I don't really want to say on camera. But back to the point that we started like talking through pictures and songs, and that's when I started to really get, because I'm more of an imagery person, and yeah, we can text about boring stuff all day, but you know, when it comes down to more of the pictures and imagery and the colors in the pictures and the music and the words and the music, that's when it really started to strike me like, okay, what am I throwing at this person? What do they think about me? And what do I think about them now? And getting deeper in these imageries and pictures, which actually really captured my attention through everything. And then just him allowing me to really just like speak my weirdness and really my thoughts and my theories, and to not judge me from those thoughts and theories, because it's very hard for me to find a relationship where someone is like on my level of thinking, and it's not even really being on my level of thinking, but being open to the level of thinking, because sorry, I actually like don't know how to have like a normal conversation with someone, like, hey, how was your day? Yeah, I did this, I did that. No, my conversations are more like really deep, like how is your soul feeling, you know, what is the purpose, why are you here on earth, you know, kind of conversations. And I've been working through that and trying to learn how to have more surface conversations, but I don't have the interest in those conversations at all anymore, since I'm such on a deeper internal level of being that the only thing that comes out of me is very deep thoughts and theories, and trying to understand myself more, and trying to understand the world more in such an abstract abstract concepts that most people instantly push away, because they just can't emotionally or logically understand the purposes of why I am always on this internal search for more in life than just the regular average day that an average American per se has. As speaking, waking up in the morning, drinking a coffee, going to work, coming home, watching TV, and going to sleep with wife, family, kids, and going on vacation when you have vacation time off for work. and maybe every once in a while going to amusement parks, going to movies, and just having that American lifestyle has not ever been something that I've felt was right for me. And over time I realized that objects and material things were like not making me happy, and I was like, okay, what is gonna make me happy? And I thought maybe if I tried to fill my void with a person, that would make me happy. But I realized that every person I tried to fill my void with, it didn't really work. It was more heartbreaking, and trying to get someone to, kind of forcing someone just to listen to me and to resonate with my deep dark world, and my emotional world, and the things that I go through, because I've noticed that what I go through, not many people on this average world, and I don't want to call anyone average or anything, but just in my personal experience of me trying to have conversations with someone, they just completely block it off, and kind of like just don't get it, so leave me hanging, and we never really finish the conversations, or that I just don't want to finish the conversations because they don't go anywhere. And this certain relationship was like, the pictures and the words the pictures and the words and the music really got me like hard. Like is it now, it's like, is it even the person, or was it, because like the person is in the words and the pictures they send as well, unconsciously or consciously, if they know that they're doing that, but subconsciously it's coming through a deeper part of someone when they share an expression through imagery or through a song. I feel like that is their higher self trying to speak through, whether they recognize it or not. And that's another thing that I've been it's been kind of hard, because like I think he understands, but he doesn't understand at all what I'm actually going through. And like, because like I know I'm here on earth to learn a lot of lessons, and I'm just not gonna have that average life and ignore my feelings, and ignore if something doesn't feel right, and to go in a cycle with a pattern over and over again, and not be aware of it. And you know, it can be a struggle, like being so consciously aware of your life and everything in your life, because then you're questioning everything 24/7, trying to understand, why can someone just listen to me? Can someone just like hear me speak? Like, you know, I feel as if I'm such a loner in this world, and maybe that's my perception, because I know I have many friends, but are those friends really, like, are they gonna really be there the rest of my life? You know, that's when you have to really come to conclusion, and knowing that you have to be there for yourself, and you truly have to love yourself with everything, and you know, really just to like make love with who you are, and to really understand your emotions and your feelings, and to not ignore them. And that's what I'm doing right now. I don't want to ignore these feelings. I want them to release out of my body, and that's why I do want to speak about them, and that's why I am speaking, as I am releasing as well, and letting these energies flow, and trying to understand these emotions as they come up, to recognize that these emotions are actually not who I am, but just feelings of something that I strongly feel, and I want to overcome and heal this heartbreak. And I know that I knew this was gonna come, honestly, because my relationship status my whole life has been very wishy-washy, especially when I was a kid. You know, we look and really our relationships come back from when we were younger, and how we were raised, and what we were seen as a kid, and if we were neglected or not neglected. And that really puts a huge impact on how we are in relationships, and the age we are now, and the time we are now on this timeline scale that we're living. And looking back was, you know, I was always a heartbroken broken child. I was always crying. I was always scared of the dark. I felt very alone when I was a child, and I felt very alone when I was a teenager as well. So recognizing that I have always felt truly very alone, and for me trying to find or be in relationships has been a struggle because of my past. And sorry, hold on. So really, like, it's been a really big struggle for me to hold a non-attachment to relationships, and to understand that whoever comes in my life in those moments are supposed to be there in those moments for me to learn from, but not get attached to them. And this one has been a rock. I hit a fucking rock. I hit a rock. And this is when you recognize and you're aware of this rock, and you're looking at it and you're like, okay, Mr. or Mrs. Rock thingy, you're here in my life and I recognize you, and I'm okay with these emotions, and I'm okay with you being here. And it's not gonna leave instantly, because it hasn't. You know, it's like, okay, you know, it's like, I recognize you. You're here. I'm trying to have faith. I am having faith, and you're still here. So it's gonna take time for that water to crack through that rock and flow past it again. But I think the first step is being completely consciously aware of the stumble we come across, so we can now recognize it and slowly dilute it into liquid, so it can transmute into something so much higher and so much so much into a beautiful, you know, a beautiful sunflower. You know, it's like transmuting that rock into liquid, and letting it literally just turn into flow, and letting it dissipate from what it was to something that it needs to be. So when we have emotions like this, we need to be responsible. In the past, I would react in such, I would completely be bipolar to someone, instantly like text them, I don't ever want to talk to you again. And then I text him 5 minutes later, why are you ignoring me? Text him 5 minutes later, fuck you, don't talk to me. Text him 5 minutes later, why are you ignoring me? And recognizing my bipolarness through these relationships was very hard to like actually like, okay, Nikki, like look how you're acting, like you're acting fucking crazy. And to see how strong I am now, sitting back and analyzing everything before I even send a text, and if I should even send a text, because I might emotionally not be thinking clearly, and then react in such a harmful way that I don't even truly mean to react in that way. It was just an emotional response of not getting my way, and what I think is not getting my way, and we instantly want that. 1 second, I'm sorry. Sorry, this is important. Gotta pick up my friend, take her to class. Anyways, so it's very important to recognize, so you do not go crazy. I've seen so many unhealthy relationships and fighting and literally letting your emotions fucking take control of you, and then it's like a monster comes out of you and you don't even know who the fuck you are anymore, and you sit back and you're like, whoa, what did I just do? Like, why am I talking like this to this person? Like, this person does not deserve this this evilness out of me, because I don't know how to control myself. And And we often do this too, by going into situations knowing that the outcome is sometimes might not be what we want, but we still jump into a situation hoping for the best. And then when we don't get the best, we instantly react out of selfishness, and because we can't have what we want. And life is not about having what we want. It's about learning from where we can and to grow. Because not everything that we want we're gonna have. It's the things that we need is what we're gonna have. And when you realize that you don't need all these material objects and these people to fill your void, you're gonna learn how to let go and to rise on top of these situations, and to become stronger. And just like me talking about this, and really is helping me a lot, recognizing whoa, Nick, you're way stronger than you think you are. You're way more powerful than you think you are. You're overcoming this rock. You're transmuting this rock as you're speaking. And that's another, we need to be speaking, we need to let our emotions out, not in a destructive way, but more of a loving way, and to be open to accepting how we feel, and to really understand that when one door closes, another door is going to open. And so yeah, I think I think it's a beautiful process to really see and to overcome obstacles that we once thought we could not overcome without such an emotional tornado going through us. So I'm handling this pretty well. I'm taking my time. I'm understanding my emotions. I'm looking at myself, and I'm telling myself, Nikki, you cannot let this control your day. You have things you need to do. You have a life that's waiting for you. You have abundance flowing through you, and this is just something that is supposed to be here for you to walk through this door and transmute this energy into a higher frequency, so you can become stronger when your next relationship comes, and you will know how to deal with things like this, and to share and to prosper with the ones you do love, and the ones that love you back. And that's another thing, the ones that love you back. I think I would express myself, but really get not the energy that I was expressing to them. I wasn't getting that back. So I was kind of teasing myself in my head, not logically looking at the situation, but more abstractly thinking I was making up situations in my head of why they're not responding the way that I'm really putting my heart out there, and they're only responding in little words, little things, and me being completely in denial that it's just not gonna work, and that sometimes things just don't work, and you can't get what you want always, and that's okay, because there's something better out there, and whatever that is, it will come once you let go of the attachment you think you need, but in awe you don't need anything. All you need to know is who you are, and your heart, and how big your heart is, and to share with others, and to give as if you have infinity in your hands, and you can give. And when your cup is full, fill your cup first, and then you can fill others. I've always tried to fill other people's cups with my empty cup, and not even recognizing that I forgot to fill my cup every day, and letting people suck the energy out of me, and me just living in this sadness and moaning about life, when life is so extravagant, and we hold on to these emotions that and we lose the magic and the moments of life, because we hold on to things that don't even serve us. We just think that they do. We think that we need them, but we don't need anyone or anything. Nothing. When you look at life, it's everything but nothing all at the same time. And just like the seasons, you see the beautiful summer, spring, and then fall, they start to fade, and winter, it's dead, and then it starts over again with the seasons. And that's what life is letting go and letting the dead skin fall off of you, and saying goodbye to it when it leaves, and not trying to hold on to it because it's gonna fall off. And that's just how life is it falls off, and you move on, and you go onto another cycle in your life to learn another lesson. And that's forever. That's when you recognize that that's forever. You're gonna have relationships come and go for eternity. You're gonna have situations come and go for eternity. You're gonna have death and rebirth for eternity. That's just life. We live forever, and I don't think we take that. We're not supposed to take it seriously because that's just what it is. But I think we don't really think about that is life, and we are these waves that crash like the ocean. We are the seasons, and we fall off the trees, and we die, and we're reborn into another form, another thing, and we die, we get reborn into that, and die, and get reborn into something else. So it's beautiful. And when you look into that sadness and you see the beauty in it, you become more appreciative of life. And I'm thankful that we're here, and we get to experience not just as a tree or as a piece of grass or as a rock, but we get to experience as a person, with feelings and emotions, and we get to talk, and we get to live these magical lives that many energies don't get to observe themselves, and really have thoughts to understand life in such an extravagant way. I think we take that for granted, and we let life push us around. But life doesn't need to push us around. We can stand up for ourselves and be who we want without being the attachment. I think that was beautiful, and I hope that I touch someone's heart with this. I really hope that I really just touch someone's heart, and if I just touch one person's heart, I think that that's gonna fulfill me, and that will fill my cup, is really expressing myself and touching someone's heart. I think that's all I need to say this morning. So I hope you guys have a beautiful, beautiful day, and to know that you are strong and you can overcome anything, whether in that moment you think it's too hard to overcome and you're never gonna get there, but you truly are gonna overcome it if you allow yourself to be formless to the situation and flow like the river and the wind, and and be love.